Wilson Memorial Church started as the Washingtonville Sunday School Association in 1851. It began its service in the home of Reverend George Taylor, a retired minister. In later years, the Sunday school met in the one-room schoolhouse on the site of the present Watchung Arts Center. The Sunday School Association became convinced with the passing years that the Sunday school must have its own home. The group raised $2,000, and although it wasn't enough to build the chapel they wanted, it was enough to get construction started. The whole community joined in hauling the stones from the first and second Watchung Mountains. The young men of the Sunday school dug the foundation by moonlight and lantern light after working at their jobs during the day. The work of the Sunday school members to build a chapel came to the attention of Colonel John F. Wilson of North Plainfield. He offered a substantial donation of $3,500 if the chapel were named in memory of his wife, Mary E. Wilson, who had been especially interested in young people. The Sunday School Association accepted the generous donation, agreed to name the chapel after Colonel Wilson's wife, and the chapel was completed in 1890. The chapel was dedicated as the Mary E. Wilson Memorial Chapel on February 22, 1890, George Washington's birthday. The Sunday school on that day met first in its old quarters in the school and marched to the new edifice. In 1914, the members decided to become a church and organize as a regular congregation with Sunday worship services. It was at this time that the Mary E. Wilson Memorial Union Church was born. Reverend Mabane Ramsey was the first pastor. Initially, the chapel was lit by 3 large oil lamps. One of the members, who had just had his house on Hillcrest Road electrified, paid for the same to be done for the chapel. In the early 1930s, Watchung began to grow rapidly. The chapel alone could not hold the increased attendance. Watchung literally dug in to correct the situation. Men of the community manned picks and shovels and created the present basement that included a small kitchen and meeting room. Until 1949, the church lacked all sanitary facilities. The Women's Guild arranged to purchase the necessary fixtures. The men of the church and community dug and installed the supply and waste lines. The need was filled. The present educational wing along Hillcrest Road began in 1950 with the addition of the below-grade Blackburn Hall. This also included a full kitchen and mechanical room large enough to accommodate 2 furnaces for additional growth. In 1957, 2 stories of additional classrooms, offices, and lavatories were added above the hall. The active membership expanded threefold, overwhelming the 125-seat chapel. Again, it was necessary to build, but the desire was to retain the friendliness of the compact, lovely chapel. On January 5, 1965, the members voted to build a new sanctuary, choir room, library, a fellowship hall, new administrative offices, and nursery. This was attached to the existing church school wing. Many architectural designs were studied. The design chosen accommodates the membership in comfort, with only 10 rows extending from pulpit to church rear, fewer than in the cozy chapel. As with previous endeavors, money was raised by the membership to move this project along. The budget was determined to be $340,000. Ground was broken on March 17, 1968, and 18 months later, the new sanctuary was dedicated on October 5, 1969. Two houses, including the 1925 manse and 6 other structures, were raised to make room for the building, grounds, and parking. The chapel was not forgotten. It continued to be used for youth services and small intimate services, and weddings. 2000 to 2001 saw the addition to the original Fellowship Hall, renamed Stockton Fisher Hall. Mr. Fisher was a member of the Wilson Church Board while the church school addition was being built. The construction of Stockton Fisher Hall began in the late 1990s and was dedicated in 2001.